Mate.
Right, I've said hello to everybody in chat, but Jim, if you're going to Brighton tomorrow, that's going to be awesome.
Hello, everybody in chat.
Hey guys, hey Craig, how you doing? I even got this for Chaz for tomorrow because he was asking me about these bottles and he couldn't find one. So I said I had a spare one for him.
Oh, nice.
And then realised I didn't. And I felt so bad. I went back to Amazon and bought a load more.
You know, I had 4 or 5 people asking me about them.
Yeah.
I just told them type in tattoo bottle. And that's how I done it. That's how I found mine.
Yeah, medical filling bottle, 250 ml or whatever. Yeah. Oh, so I was like looking forward to tomorrow, but then I was like, do I want to go? Should do this and that? And this has like been my battle all week. And it's not because of anything other than it's nothing really I'll go into on here, but it's I was just like, oh no, I don't know. But I'm like a kid before
Hi,
Christmas.
Bluegrass. How you doing?
I am so excited about tomorrow.
It's going to be an awesome day.
I was like, and I get like this from time to time, though, Mark. Like things get into my brain, and I'm like, I could turn around and just go, you know, to the world, and like I don't want to interact with it, and all this that, and the other. And I was very much like that this week. When
I'll be back for a minute.
Okay.
I was very much like that this week, and then as I've started to like just get back outside of other environments and just back into this, it's now a case of no, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm not looking forward to it for any other reason than just the people. That's
it. That's all I'm bothered about, because I ain't taking money. I ain't got no money to take anyway. But you know, it's just going to be nice meeting up with people again.
Hey, Jackson.
Hey, Jackson. How you doing, mate? Hope
yeah.
you're well.
Well, I'm the same. I don't really have much in the way of funds, but I have an empty enclosure behind me, as you well know. And I cut the acrylic out the other day, and I siliconed it all yesterday, and it's gone better than expected. The lid looks amazing, so I'm well happy about that. And so that sort of got me happier. And then Clayton replied to me and said he should have unsexed available of the one I was asking about. Yeah, they're not on his website, so I was like even happier about that. And then Portsmouth Tarantulas put up yesterday about the fact they're going to have some blondie slings available.
All right.
And I was like, oh, so they said they can't reveal any information about price on the seller. So I said to them, well, what about size? Can you reveal that? And they said, yeah. So 4 centimeters approximately DLS. So they're only going to be small, but at least they can I might pick one of them up if they're not stupidly priced, because they can be stupidly priced even at shows, can't they? Because they're not around that often. If it'll go in a bra plus for now, then I might pick one of them up, because then I have all of them.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah. Well, I've got the apophysis. That's a female. My sturm is a female, and I'm hoping that me blondie's going to turn out female.
Yeah. So what was this? What was this? I'm not, like, I don't want to bring up all the sad points, but what was the sling you lost this week?
Do you know, I don't even know myself, because it was unlabeled.
Oh, right. Okay.
I forgot to put a label on it. Hi, Skinner.
And the other thing you were saying you lost was a female. The other one you said you lost was a female, was it?
Yeah, female skeleton and leg, burgundy one.
Oh, gutted for you, mate. Gutted for you.
Yeah. I only had her about 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, big gutty.
I think I should have worn this T-shirt tomorrow.
Yeah. I should put one of them when I hand you slings over.
When you said I've got another one I've put in there, I'm just like, haven't you upset me enough?
But you know, you had 4.
Yeah.
You've now got 6. But I'm not going to tell you what they are.
It's all right. I know roughly where you live. That's all right. That's all
How
right.
you doing, PPR? I hope you're well. Right, let's go and
Mark,
get Chaz the link.
what have you done to me, Mark? What have you done?
What
All
are
right.
friends for?
You're not going to tell me what they are. That's fine, and I won't ask. Right. But one thing I will ask that maybe you'll answer. Right. Are any of them as bad a reputation as any of the 4 that I do know about?
Yeah.
There better not be any feather-leg baboons in there, dude.
Would I do that to you, Matt?
I don't know. I don't honestly know.
Just enjoy your surprise when you get it.
I'm sure they'll be fine, mate. I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm looking forward to it. Even though I'm absolutely crapping my pants about it, I'm absolutely looking forward to it. Craig, they're going to unpack themselves, I think.
The thing is, while they're slings, they're going to be fine. It's when they're older you've got to worry.
I asked Tom Moran about one of them because I watched a video of his and I was asking a couple of questions and he messaged me a few replies about it. And that was the that was the Lampropelma Velocipes. That was that one. And he said they're not too terrible. Rehousing's a pain because they make like a web tunnel sock thing that they live inside, and it's like when you try and move them out, they drag the whole thing with them. So it's not a case of when they escape. It's a case of they're going to escape out of the box when you're rehousing. Just accept it and just be prepared to catch cup it. That's all.
Yeah. Are you Moon?
That looks good, Chad. Is that the end of it?
Pretty much.
Did
Victoria?
Hey Victoria. Hey Mark.
Did you see I added you on Instagram, Matt?
Did you? No, I haven't looked. I haven't looked at my phone because you know what happened when what happened with your phone? Did it die?
Yeah.
I knew it would be your phone dying. I knew it would be. Because we had people watching that rehouse that I was going to be doing. I had to jump back on my own one, and I ended up I've literally came off of that live at 5 to 8. So I was still on the live at 5 to 8 on TikTok, but I had like over 2,000 people watching.
Congrats.
It's mental. But I rehoused that. You'll be pleased to know that I rehoused that classy with no incident. She came out and she was fine. So
the legs look so short compared to the actual body itself.
162 coaching.
Oh, thank you. So it was all right though, Chaz. You only saw me putting the soil in, didn't you, before the phone died?
Yeah.
And is that the one you made out of the filament thing?
Yeah.
That's cool though. It's good.
It needs its I just realised it needs its pedipalps.
Were you on the TikTok live when I put the macro lens on?
I don't know.
That was quite cool because I had I managed to put the
Steve.
The macro lens on my camera while I was actually on TikTok, and I could show the Avic sling with its broken pedipalp. I could show it really close up. It's quite cool to see it. Hey, Steve. Yeah, I started to get a sore throat because it's one of those weird things, like you're just sitting there chatting all the time, and it's like you don't realise how many hours you were chatting for, and people are asking you questions, and my throat just started to dry up.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott.
Hi, Scott. How you doing, mate?
Question is, how are you feeling, Scott, at the moment?
Well,
Do you want a link, Scott?
Hey, Lewis.
What colours?
Are you, Lewis? How you doing?
Should I could do that and make a...
Thank you, Moon. Appreciate it.
I'm making a mantis now.
Okay,
Oh.
it's got no problem. Hi, Michael. How you doing?
That one. No.
Hope you're good.
What colour mantis should I do? Because it could be any colour.
Green.
Okay.
So what is it? Is it a pen you got? Is it the ones you draw?
Yeah. And
That's a little bit less orange on the older light now. That's better.
we had I like that. Have the little chat earlier.
That was good. It was good. I like playing the getting game.
I've set a fundraiser up for my birthday.
Yeah.
For brain tumour research. And the reason I chose that one is because I lost my brother to a brain tumour. So, you know, that's got a meaning to me. So, if anybody in chat wants to donate, feel free. Would appreciate it.
When's your birthday, Mark?
Sorry?
When is your birthday?
It's not till next month, but I've set it up because I'm trying to raise 200 quid for them.
Right. Okay.
You know, so it gives people chance. But hi Lisa, how you doing? So I'm trying to get it raised, but yeah, that's got special meaning to me with my brother. You know,
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
he found out like when he was at work. He used to do falconry, go all around the country doing falconry and that. And he started seeing double of the birds flying towards him. And somebody says you need to get checked out. So he went and got checked, and they found a 3.5 centimetre brain tumour. But he had the chemo, he had the radiotherapy. They removed most of it, and they couldn't remove any more. And then when they checked, he'd got another one growing next to the one that had just been removed. And they give him 18 months, and he was gone in 12. His funeral was 2 days before Christmas.
Oh, mate.
But the year before that, I lost my mum as well.
I'm so sorry, Mark.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that, mate. Sorry to hear
Yeah.
that. Is your profile picture? Is that your brother in your profile picture with you on Facebook on your wallpaper picture or whatever it is? Is that your brother?
Yeah.
A little bit taller than you.
Yeah.
Hi, Ellie.
I did see you. I'm gonna share your link on. I'm gonna share your link on my socials as well, mate.
Oh, cheers, Matt.
You know, it's never nice when things affect people like that, but I will
I'm
share
good,
it.
Lisa.
I definitely will. I'll definitely be donating
Ellie,
for you,
did
mate.
you see my 3D pen work?
Did I see you watch us?
Hi, Kyle. How are you?
This.
I'm good,
Alright.
Lisa. I hope you're well.
That looks
This is
funky.
That's what has been creeping on Annie's wall every live.
No, Steve, Ellie's not going to Brighton because of getting back with the kids and that.
All my stuff is there though. If you want any of my pictures, go and see Leah. Lewis will be there as well, but Lewis won't let you leave the store without buying something.
That's when you need Chris on the store, isn't it?
No, Lewis does a good job at it actually.
I've never known a door-to-door salesman quite as
Good, Kyle. I'm looking forward to seeing you as well.
I am wanting a lot of hugs tomorrow because I'm still very upset.
What are you upset with now?
The same thing as yesterday.
Is this to girlfriend related?
Yeah.
Ah.
Lewis, did links in photo proof if you want to jump on.
I don't know if I'll bother going now tomorrow.
You got to go because you got to pick your spoons up.
So please tell me though, right? You know, you messaged me a while back, said about, am I definitely going? Am I definitely going? Please tell me that those 6 are inclusive of that message.
Those?
If that the 6 you're talking about in that pickup of the slings.
Oh no, them are separate.
What are you doing, Mark? You don't have to do. You don't have to do this.
No, that's I told you I was going to gift you one. So the others you won, and I've got the gift for you.
Mark, you don't have to, mate. Honestly, I do.
No, I don't.
I know. And I know you're. I know the trouble is, it's pointless me even having this conversation with you because it'll happen regardless.
Yep, it would definitely happen, Matt. It's not optional. You go or you're given. That's that.
Well,
Yeah.
I do have, like I say, I do have a possible favour to ask anyway. If I find a decent sized Albiceps that I need to pick up, then I'm buying it for someone from Blackpool. So I said to them that if that's okay, then what I'll do is I'll ask Mark to bring it up to Birmingham, and then she can pick it up from there.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to post it. I don't want to be the person.
Is that Lorna?
One. Yeah.
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 Yeah, not a problem.
Thank you. I haven't spoken to her this week because she's at a new job, and so she's been busy. But I'm going to talk to her tomorrow morning on the way down to the show. But
We
yeah,
get up like 7ish tomorrow.
I'm also looking at because I think I said last week this show this week, like tomorrow, it's actually between now and Wednesday will be exactly 365 days since I got my first spider.
Oh, nice.
We got a GBB.
You've only been in the hobby for 1 year.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, crazy, isn't it? But we only got we got GBB, tiny little thing, and it's turned out to be male. And I was thinking, I might look out for a female when we're at the show this year because it'd be quite nice to get the same spider I got as my first.
I got an awesome OBT off what I had off Lisa. Bloody lovely.
I can't believe I lost one of my little OBT slings this week.
No. Well, actually, it's no big deal, so I don't mind.
It's like it ate fine, and then 2 days later it was upside down, and I thought, oh, it's molting, and then it just had mold all over it, and it's like, oh, okay. I know it happens. It's just not nice.
No.
It's never nice.
That one I had off Lisa, he was when I fed him yesterday, bloody hell, he was like a bullet on his food.
Yeah,
Oh, no, sorry, Scott.
Oh, mate. Yeah, I don't know if mine was molting or what, because it ate and then it was on its side and then it was like on its back and then it looked in death curl. It's pain. It never gets easier. It doesn't matter how many. I know we sort of tell ourselves it happens, but when you care for these things and you do give them attention, and you do want them to thrive and become adults and stuff, and you do want them to pass of old age, it doesn't get any easier. It doesn't matter what people say. You can't become detached from them like that. Well, I can't anyway.
No, I can't.
It's even though they are like pretty much the easiest animals in the world to keep, they're also the most stressful bloody hobby I've ever been involved in. But the people are what keep you in the hobby.
If it weren't for you, if it weren't for knowing you lot, I would have quit the hobby a long time ago.
I don't think I'd have quit, but I certainly wouldn't be as involved as I was, that's for sure. Or am, I say. Yeah, my classy Chaz had a load of mould, didn't it? That's why I was trying to rehouse it on that live. It's in a much better environment now, hopefully.
What, a mold or mould?
Mould, sorry, mould. Yeah, it was in the mould. It was all awful, that mould. It was horrible. One of I've
You
got,
do know, though, that not necessarily the mold is going to harm or
I know.
trans.
Yeah, I know. And I said that, didn't I? I was like,
Yeah.
I know it doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter in a lot of cases. 99% of the time, mold's okay. But it was awful, absolutely awful. And I didn't want it sort of getting through to the other enclosures around. And it's really weird, though, because the 3 out of all the enclosures I've got, the 3 enclosures that I've had mold in so far have been the 3 dry species I've kept. Very weird.
Are you using a lot of cocoa fiber?
I'm not anymore, that's for sure.
See, what I tend to do is mix cocoa fiber with compost or topsoil and sand,
Yeah,
and it helps to keep it in.
yeah, because that one was one
Sorry
of
to hear that, Mark.
my. I've got around 70 at the moment.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, that was one of the only ones. It was one of the first ones I rehoused into it, and it had mostly cocoa fiber. And now it's a mix of peat moss, potting soil, and a little bit of cocoa fiber. It's just a much nicer setup. But the sand's always good for holding its shape. I like the sand for that. Exactly. The mold spores definitely can. That's why I was just like, I didn't really want plumes of that coming up into the air.
Excuse my language. I keep on accidentally getting burnt. I keep on burning myself.
On your 3D pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott. I was trying to be really careful the other day. I had a mold outbreak in an OBT's enclosure, so I didn't really want to get the OBT out to change all the substrate. So I was spooning it out while I had the OBT cupped at the back, and I was spooning it all out, being all careful. And then I put it all into a pot next to me, and I turned round to get something. And as I turned back round, I caught the pot with my tongs and knocked the pot flying across the room, and then had literally mouldy substrate all over the carpet, all over the books, all over my other enclosures, everything. And it was just like, yeah, I swore solidly for about 5 minutes.
And that's why you shouldn't have carpets.
Lisa, you're doing well. 25 in 5 months.
Yeah, 25. You'll get more.
Yeah, definitely.
I went without carpet in this house, Ellie, for about 15 years, and in the end, I had to just give in to the missus's constant daily moaning. But I lasted for that many years.
Oh, I literally hate carpet. It's the worst thing you can give me.
I hate carpet.
I feel very bad for myself.
Why? Why do you feel bad? This is the girlfriend, yeah? What's going on, Chaz? What's going on?
Let's just say she wasn't who I thought she was.
Oh, right, okay. Fair enough.
And I've showed Leah and
Mate, you will find a lot of people in your life that are like that. They turn out to be not what you thought they were.
I mean,
I'm not saying that gets any easier, but it happened.
I mean, look at that person who I told you about in
Yeah.
I don't want to say it out loud because
No, I know the person you're talking about.
Unfortunately, it's part of life, Jazz.
Yeah, and all it does is it doesn't get easier dealing with it, but what it does do is you end up becoming more resilient to it. Your skin just gets thicker and thicker with the scars of people being knobheads.
Yeah.
You end up becoming a little bit more
Hi, Cleo.
blasé to it. You don't take it to heart.
Welcome to the chat. Thank you for popping by.
no, let's just say what I found out about this person is way worse than anyone thinks.
All right.
And I still can't believe I was dating such a person.
Wouldn't worry about it, mate. I wouldn't worry about it. It's like, I mean, I know it's easy to say that, but you know what I mean.
Matt, I'll message you after. So
Yeah,
well, you know, when you found the right one, Scott.
Yeah, exactly, Scott. Exactly. And the trouble is, I would never change anything about my life, right? I'm 46, and I would never change anything about my life. Even the worst parts of my life, I would never go back and want to erase them because they've all made me who I am today. And I'd like to think that people look at me today as someone who they want to be friends with and want to associate with. And if I go back and change any of those other things that have happened, the mistakes I've made, the things I've done, the people I've been with, if I change any of that and it affects who I am now, I wouldn't have the life I have now. So that's the way you have to look at it, Chaz.
Hope you're doing well, Cleo. Hi, Ziggy.
And what you'll find, Chaz, is you'll always find people who are this sort of age, like Mark, myself, Ellie, Scott, all the people that are older that you know, they'll all tell you the same thing. And you will find that even though it's horrible to hear when you're younger, because I used to get people when I was younger telling me this as well, and I was just like, shut up, what do you know? Well, now I'm that age, I know what they were saying was true. So you just have to take it on board.
I'll message you, Matt.
That's all right, mate. You can message me, whatever, yeah. Actually, I don't know, because you were only following me on Instagram today, so I don't know. I don't know if you have to wait. You might have to go to the back of the queue, mate. How can you not have been following me on Instagram, Chaz? I'm deeply disappointed.
I didn't know you had.
I don't even know if I'm following you on Instagram, actually.
Ellie.
I barely use Instagram.
You started following me on Pokemon Go before anything else.
Yeah. That sounds like me.
Fuck it.
Unless it's Facebook, I'm not great at social media.
Oh, no. That's showing our age there as well, because it was like, Facebook was our generation, or the generation of the oldies, wasn't it, more than anything else?
I don't know, when I was younger, Instagram wasn't a thing. It was MySpace and Facebook.
Yeah, MySpace. Oh, God, I didn't even have MySpace.
That's all I knew.
Yeah, Steve, exactly. Like, people don't realise, and you don't listen to anything until you're older, and then you realise, like, I'm quite fortunate because my dad, even though he married my mum and when I was 2, and like, he's therefore not my biological father, he's still my dad. And I was very lucky because I would always class him as my dad, and that's it, because he's given me, he's been amazing to me through my entire life. But, and I know I'm very fortunate to have that relationship with someone like that, but he used to tell me things, and I was always like, what the does that guy know? He knows nothing. He doesn't know what I'm going through in my life. He doesn't know this. He doesn't know that. And now I'm that age. I'm like, he knew everything. He knew everything I was going through. He knew the whole lot. You just have to sometimes. I think what I say to Connor a lot of the time is, you may not want to hear this, but honestly, this is what you need to hear. And a lot of the time, that is those things, when people say that to you and then tell you something that you really don't want to hear, you have to just take it on board and listen, process it, and then sort of maybe understand a little bit of that and go, yeah.
Let's just say what I know about a certain someone is way worse than anyone can imagine.
So, in terms of spiders, though, do I go for the Sturmy and the Blondie tomorrow? That's the question.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And also, you can't come away from the show without a panther beaters. It's a must-have.
I'll tell you what, the prices Luke's got them at, if they're any cheaper on the show, he might as well give you a cash back when you buy them. It's like ridiculous how cheap they're going to be if they're going to be cheaper than his website.
Mm-hmm. I can remember when I was buying my panther beaters, a bloody tiny little 5 to 1 centimetre slings, 35 quid.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got some good specimens on there, hasn't he? And the other thing is it's weird. It's like, it's not even just the fact that he's got some really nice spiders on his website. It's the fact that he's a really nice guy, and that his dad's a really nice guy, and the whole family seem to be awesome people. So even if the spiders weren't as great as maybe some other seller, you'd still probably go to Luke and stuff, because you just know supporting those people is awesome. I've got one, Craig. I've got one. I've got Makala. I've got a Portsmouth Tarantula egg sac one, but I definitely need to get some more. I'm just extremely worried at the moment about this year coming through to the winter with the cost of everything. How I'm going to keep this room warm. But today was weird. Was everyone else quite warm today?
No.
Yeah, I was.
This room, we've got no heating on, and this room was 27 today. It was struggling to get to 22 all week.
I've messaged you on WhatsApp of what.
All
Hey,
right.
Jeremy. How are you?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's why I feel so.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone message you as well.
Are you messaging me, Chaz?
Yeah, I
Yes,
will.
Mark. 100% Mark.
Chaz,
Read-
I'm not right good at being emotional, okay? Just a warning.
Chaz, read what Mark's put in the chat.
Yeah, me too, Jeremy. Really looking forward to it. Scott, are you going tomorrow?
Chris is driving him down, I believe.
Ah,
He put a post up on Facebook today about it.
good.
He better be going. I've got to give him a cuddle. I'm only really going to give people hugs.
Ellie, the message is sent.
Chaz, I could be very supportive and give you a virtual hug, but I'm not right good at being emotional, okay? Okay, just so you know.
Well, I hope I still get my hugs.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you might, but from the tarantulas maybe, as I throw them at you.
Yeah, I found that out, Ellie.
I'm sorry, Chaz.
The
Mark, I'm going to give you a massive one because I feel very down.
Yeah, well, you know you've got your friends round you, Chaz. You can always talk to them.
No. The thing is, I mean, this room, we haven't got the central heating on. I mean, it has kicked on when it's got really low. Every time I've heard the central heating click on, I've gone down and turned the thermostat down another degree so that it doesn't come on. The stupid thing is, I get really annoyed with myself because I think through the media and through everything else that's going on, I've become this person who's massively panicking over things that on the job I've got and the salary I have, I shouldn't be panicking about these things. I know I'm in a very fortunate position compared to a lot of people in this country, but they've still made everyone feel that way. It doesn't matter what you earn. And but I was like, I've got my electric radiator up here, and I think they're the best thing. I have it on for about half an hour in the morning, and it brings the temperature up to about 23, 24, and then I just turn it off. And then the next morning, I come in here and it's at 20 degrees. And the thing is, whenever you look at like Tom Moran's videos that he talks about weather and all that and the other, 14 degrees I think he's had his down to in the winters with no ill effects. So I think a lot of people panic over a little bit too much. I think they will tolerate a lot more than maybe a lot of hobbyists will allow them to. See you in a bit, Scott.
I'll see you in a bit, Scott.
But
Yeah, Mark, that's what.
I know what will happen with me tomorrow, because even though I haven't got loads and loads of, I haven't got a budget, but I know what will happen. I need enclosures, and I'm going to see spiders and just be like, yeah, let's get them, let's get them. But I may have something for some people tomorrow anyway.
Here, Anton, how you doing, mate?
But I'm going to be down there tomorrow. I've got me, I've got Kathy. You'll get to meet my other half tomorrow, Mark.
Nice.
And well, you haven't met her yet.
Is Kathy your other half?
Yeah.
Say hi to other half.
She's downstairs at the moment. She's entertaining my son's girlfriend because Connor's at work and his girlfriend's come over today. She's staying tonight, and then she's coming to the show tomorrow as well.
Oh,
Because
nice.
she wanted to come to the show, but she lives in Kent, and it was a case of having to drive from where
Oh
we are.
God, not another stalker.
Yeah, having to
I'm
drive
good, Anton, thanks, mate.
from where we are in Essex all the way to the Dartford Bridge, and then all the way back out, all the way
Hey, bud, files.
to Kent. It's just easier to stay tonight, so she's staying, and then we're all four of us are coming down tomorrow. So it'll be quite nice. It'll be a busy day. But my missus is coming down for beetles. She wants a beetle because it was her birthday last week.
Hope you're well, bud.
That's a good choice.
Did you still want some poop?
No.
Right, okay.
No, you can do it
Because-
yourself, Ellie.
Huh?
You can do it yourself for the shit.
I can do it myself, Chaz. I am the best in Wales at doing it as well.
Because Leah doesn't need any either, does she?
No, the thing is so the life expectancy of these beetles are supposed to be up to 10 months.
Yeah.
But they're already dying off. So I'm not going to spend as much as I spent just because they just
Whoa.
die off. But there's no guarantee on how old they are. That's the thing. If I had a better idea of how old they were and everything else, it'd be perfectly fine. But I have no idea.
Which beetles have you got, Jeremy? I know that's going to be a big list.
Hi, Druzy. How you doing?
My pen decided to shit out the filament.
I'll tell you, I do have a question actually. Right, so Jeremy, you might be able to answer, and I might message you actually about this, but I'll ask you on here anyway. My sun beetles. So I had 20 grubs, and out of those 20 grubs, I got, I think, 15 beetles. The rest have just either been eaten or whatever inside the big dirt tub that I had for them. And then I bought another 10, and so far they've been in there ages. But what's the rough approximation of larvae to beetle ratio for that type of thing? Like, how many would you expect to lose if they've got decomposed wood, decomposed leaves, they got food in there, and all this and the other? They shouldn't really be cannibalized. But what would you say would be an approximation of percentage that you get from larvae to beetle for something like the Pachnoda? That's an interesting question.
My sun beetles lasted a long time until I had them bloody larvae, and then I shit myself.
I've got 13 beetles, and at the moment I've got about 6 I've got 6 cocoons, and I have 4 beetles left. So I don't know, out of 30 there's a few losses, and I don't know where they've gone, but it'd be interesting to know roughly what a rough percentage of. I didn't get them as live food. No, I bought the larvae as literally for pets. I've got a 30 by 30 by 30 with a load of them in there, and they're now going to hopefully colonize and grow up nice and big and have billions of them in there. Well, not billions, but you know what I mean.
Craig's put his link in, everyone, so if you're not subscribed, you can go over and drop him a sub. That would be nice.
That's cool, Steve. Yeah, they tend to do that. Just have to be careful not to knock them so you don't break the cocoon. I did that with one of mine, unfortunately, and luckily it made it to the beetle because it was quite a long way on. But yeah, I got that. Yeah, I was when I first got them, I knew I kept it a little. I was a little bit too much keeping it on the moist side, shall we say? And now I know that they don't need it as much as long as they don't dry out. But I think I've still got the cocoons. Just seem to be taking forever on these ones. Like, I've had them ages. But what I don't want is I don't want just to have these 13 and then for them not to colonize properly and me lose out on it. Yeah, no, that's about right. That'll make it about right then, because I've had 30 and at the moment I've got 13 beetles 4 grubs, and then 4 cocoons. So yeah, I'll have to try and get some more and just put them in there, because I'd like to get as many of the beetles up to give them the best breeding opportunity as possible, because they've got massive setup to. I reckon I could probably have 30 or 40 in there, living and sort of breeding and producing eggs and stuff in there, and leaving them alone. I'll send you a picture of it, Jeremy, so you can have a look.
Hiya, Mark M. How are you doing? Hope you're well.
Mark,
Hello, good.
I'm going to bring you back to when you said about I can give you a hug after the spiders tomorrow. Yeah. I want to know, every time you mention these spiders to me, you've got like this little smile in your face, right? And it's the smile that can only be described as like pure evil.
Yep, that's Mark.
Thanks, Ellie.
He's lovable, pure evil, though. I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
I know, it's difficult, isn't it? It's that. Oh.
You know he's up to no good, but you can't help but want it anyway. Oh. Yeah, thanks, Jerry. Obviously, I've spoken to Phil quite a bit about him as well, but it's always good to get different people's opinions on different viewpoints and stuff. Things might be mentioned that weren't mentioned in other conversations that you don't realise and things. So it's always good. As they say, knowledge is power. Unless you're Mark, then the mobility scooter is power, ploughing through everyone else. That's definitely true.
I might have to just avoid him all day tomorrow, you know, Ellie.
Oh, God, sorry to hear that, Mark. Bloody hell.
Oh, dear. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Mark.
Hi, Harper. How you doing?
Yeah, Ellie, I might have to sort of like purposely avoid him tomorrow. Maybe I'll just try and walk in the opposite directions all day.
Oh, that won't work. No, with Mark. Mark will catch up to you.
Well, you're avoiding a person, which I'm also trying to.
Hey, Aaron. How you doing, mate? Hi, Russell. How are
Hi,
you?
everybody.
My 8 gigas molted today, Mark.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's the tiniest of slings. I got it off the spider provider at Bedford, like tiny little thing. And I would have thought it would have molted by now, because Bedford was quite a while ago, but it molted today, and it's doubled in size, literally doubled. I've got to take it out of it's in one of the, I don't like them, but it's in one of the little sling vials, and
Yeah.
it's now its legs are like, it was a tiny grain of sand, and now it's like legs touch all the 4 like, around the circle, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's I've just got to wait for my Kluge to molt. I don't know how Kluge's slow, or I don't know how slow they are really. I thought they might have been as quick as the LP, but my Kluge seems to be not interested in growing at all.
Yeah, mine's like that.
It's like a grain of sand as well. It's so small. I didn't realise how small it was when I bought it, and had I known how small it was, I probably wouldn't have, because it's like it's a grain of sand in a pot.
Hi, Osman.
Hey, Osman.
That's okay. Your animals have got to be fed.
One thing you did miss, Chaz, on the TikTok live I did, right? Obviously, after doing that, I thought I'd feed. Osman's just reminded me about feeding spiders. I decided to feed some of the spiders on the live, and my Avic, the most docile of spiders I have, my Avic never comes off its door. You open the door, she just stays on the door. You feed her, she closes the door. No, not today. Not because we were on camera. Not because we were live on TikTok. No.
Are you Pinball?
Opened the
How you
door,
doing?
gave the food, and she took the food and then ran off down the side. So I've stopped her with a straw. So she's taken the straw and she's gone off running around with this straw and the food in her mouth.
Thanks, Russell.
Yeah, I know, Chaz.
Everybody in chat, I said earlier on, I'm doing a fundraiser for brain tumour research for my birthday. It's got a lot of meaning for me because I lost my brother to a brain tumour. So if you could donate, that would be awesome. I wish he was going, Ross. Would have been awesome to see you and Jen again.
That's your fundraiser, Mark.
What is?
The link I've just put in.
Oh, cheers, Matt. Are you Callum? How you doing, mate?
Hey, Callum.
Yeah, Matt's just put the link in for my fundraiser. If you can donate, would mean a lot. How's things with you, Callum? Yeah, I was looking at that about, it was on the local news saying about it, Ross. Is that the one at the NEC? Yeah, I'm glad I'm not driving.
Matt, I messaged you on WhatsApp as a private thing.
How long is it going to take you to get there, Callum, tomorrow?
He's Callum's quite near me, aren't you?
Is he?
I think so. Callum, whereabouts are you?
Oh, no. Hiya, Tim. How you doing, mate? Hope you get better soon, Callum. Hiya, Phil.
Yeah, he's very, very close to me. Very close
Sounds
to me.
good.
Literally, I actually can't understand why we haven't met up at the Bug Hut or somewhere. Like, that is like probably 10 minutes from my house.
Bloody hell. So how long will it take you to get to Brighton, Emma?
Hour and 16 minutes, roughly.
Yeah, that's all right.
See the irony of saying hour and 16 minutes, roughly, but yeah, it's about just over an hour.
It's going to take me about 3 hours, roughly.
Oh. It'd be faster if you were driving yourself, though, wouldn't it? I've seen the way you
live the real world. You want to try and get to a show, they're awesome.
Yeah, Callum, I think because my missus used to work, well, she works for a company that's based in Chelmsford, and I used to come up to Chelmsford all the time. I prefer going to Chelmsford than, say, Southend or Basildon or Lakeside or anywhere. Shopping-wise, Chelmsford's much better. I did most of my degree exams in Chelmsford. Syriopagopus albistratus, the Thai zebra. Oh, check that out.
I've got one.
The colours of that. That looks beautiful.
Ellie, you've got a nice ponytail, Russell said.
Hi, Russell. Thank you.
How undocile is yours then, Mark?
It's not.
Is it calm?
Ish.
They like a threat pose, apparently, do they?
Put it this way. The last time I done its water, he was on his water dish. And I picked the water dish up with him still on it. And then I moved it over to the other side of his enclosure and he decided to walk off.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I work in Basildon, Callum. It's like over at Festival Leisure. Well, I don't work at Festival Leisure. I work behind it in an office, but yeah. But it's like Bug Hut's just got a few other things. They've got those Syrupagopus Thai zebras, and they've also got some new Chalcodys in. Oh, and some Tropepes. Oh. Mark, if you're in the chat still, and are still looking for Chalcodys, I don't know whether they've got any sexed ones. Looking at the abdomen shape of them, a lot of them end up being males, I think. I know you can't really tell, but it always seems that they've got egg shape when they've got a male Chalcodys. Okay. Yeah, I'm down behind the cinemas, down at the back end by the pub, but there's a couple of offices back there that we're down there. What was I looking for? Oh, that's right, I was doing this one. Is that fundraiser through Facebook, is it? So it's a fundraiser on Facebook that fundraise. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I've got to be up at 3:45 in the morning, Matt.
That sucks. Mind you, when I used to go and play golf up at Warwickshire, I used to drive from my house to Warwickshire on the morning of the games, like that I had to play at. So I'd leave here at like 3 a.m. to get up there for an early tee time, and then I'd play two rounds of golf and then drive back in the evening. Yeah, it's just ridiculous, really, when I think about it like that. But yeah, I've done that many times. But it's weird because I've been on holiday in Florida, yeah, and it's like you stay on the east coast of Florida, and you've got all the parks over there. And then if you want to drive across to Busch Gardens is on the west coast, and no one thinks anything about just driving across the whole of Florida to go to a theme park and then drive back. But up here, driving from Essex to Alton Towers in a day is like, are you mad? Why would you drive in a day and then drive back? But it's I drive all over the place in a day and drive back. I'm not one of. I'd rather do that than stay.
Good night, Callum. Take care, mate. Hope to see you tomorrow at the show.
Yeah, see you later, buddy. Yeah, I've done that before as well, Steve. Like literally finish a night shift and then go and do something for the day and then go back to work. In fact, one time, just reminding me of talking about the golf, I literally left work at 8 a.m, went and played 2 rounds of golf and then drove from the golf club back to work for my next night shift. Needless to say, I didn't survive the night without having a kip.
Well, that's what I said. I'm going to do tomorrow. Like, once I get to Nathan's,
yeah,
he's taking over the driving. He's going to pick Alan up and we'll leave him, but I'm going to sleep on the way down there. I am.
Nice. So Alan's coming with you guys, is he?
Yeah. He's got no way of getting there. He don't drive or nothing, so I just pick him up.
It was weird because at Bedford, because Alan was the person you sort of introduced me to. I'd never met him before. I'd spoken to him on like social media and stuff, I think. But I think you introduced me to him at Bedford. Did you come Bedford? Yeah. And yeah, he's awesome. I really like him. I couldn't believe what you were saying the other week in his thing about his collection and stuff.
Well, this is why I messaged him yesterday, because I thought, well, if he's given up on his collection, he's going to come and buy more stuff or what? And I messaged him and he says, oh, yeah, 100%, I'm still going. So
I think he's just trying to hope that the situation changes, doesn't it?
Yeah. Are you ready? Say there, mate.
I was talking to someone actually on they were on TikTok live the other day, and I was watching it, and a lady who sort of knows you guys, her tag on TikTok is Tarantula Cat.
Yeah.
She lives near you, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's got the same surname as Alan.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the lady, because I was
Yeah,
talking
she's
to her.
nice. She's nice, cat is.
And she
Oh,
joined.
good night, Jeremy.
Night, Jeremy. She was
See you tomorrow, mate.
she was watching my live today as well. So she's a really nice lady. And she was on with some other lady on TikTok yesterday doing some rehousing and a pairing and stuff. But she was chatting, and I just passed and mentioned about like yourself and all this, that, and the other. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I know Mark and all this and the other." It's like, all right, and Alan and all that. So it's quite funny. Small world.
Very small. Yeah, cat's lovely.
You're not going tomorrow, are you, Craig?
Ooh, all gone quiet.
I was going to say then, I thought my volume went off, and then I just looked up and everybody was quiet.
I'm not quiet.
Most of the time, you know.
Hey, Reece.
It's only sometimes.
Yeah.
It's all right, I'm quiet because I'm doing something. I know it sounds quite rude, but
That sounds about right, Phil. That's what we're all like.
I'm always doing something, so there's nothing new there.
right, there you go. Mark, sorted.
What's that? I've no idea, Jim. I've never been. It's my first time there. So I ain't got a clue what the parking's like.
Yeah, I don't know what the parking's going to be like there tomorrow. All I know is if I don't get a space, my missus is taking the car and I'm getting out at the show, and she can drive the car around all day.
Might work out an expensive day, Matt. If she's driving the car around.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is that. That's a good point, actually. I'm going to have to buy some enclosures, aren't I, for tomorrow? Damn it. I think only two of the ones I know of have got arboreal tendencies, so I've got.
Hi, Aunt Ramblings. How you doing?
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Have you been, Lewis? To the Brighton show?
I think we're leaving about 8:30, so I'll be down there about 9:45, something like that. So at least it will give me an hour and a bit before it all opens and goes mental. Hopefully,
Well, I'm hoping to get here for about 8:30.
Right. Do you get notifications on that fundraiser?
I've no idea. I think you do, yeah, because Hamner donated and Joanne.
Yeah,
So,
I've just put one up on there, mate.
Oh, nice one. Cheers, Matt.
Yeah, the animal ban, has it been lifted? It depends who you ask.
Matt.
If you ask me, sort of. If you ask my missus,
Matt.
What?
Matt. I messaged you.
Okay. Yeah, if you're asking me, then yes, it is. If you're asking my missus, then probably less so. But as you're all asking me, yes, it is. Yeah, Vanessa, I saw that the blondies the price, special show price, and I got scared. And yeah, they're the ones I'm sort of saying I'm going to get it. They're the ones I messaged. So I'm hoping. Trouble is, I've got to get straight in now. I've got to get straight to the tables I need to get to because the two I'm after I know will go, but be like Gold Lust, Gold Lust, Gold Dust. Why can't I talk anymore? Gold Lust sounds like some weird thing that Chris would watch. Whoever.
Oh, cheers for that, Matt.
You're welcome, mate.
Appreciate that.
Just remember the nice things I do for you, right? When you reciprocate, when you reciprocate those things.
Hey, Andy, how you doing, mate? Hope you're good.
Put it this way. I'm just going to word it like this, right? My conscience is 100% clear.
But so's mine. Me, Kathy.
Do you know what? I think the amount of people that you've got invested in this now, like Craig and people like that, all like, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this. And I'm sitting here literally with a turtle head poking out my backside.
You're going to be fine. Doing good, Andy.
My Vietnam Blue.
Hey, I'm Jackson.
I was umming and ahhing about it, like whether I was going to rehouse it because I got it from Cias. So I got it from Portsmouth Tarantulas in a mystery box, and it was a sling. It was probably about, I don't know, 4 centimeters, and it's molted like 2 or 3 times. And it got to the stage where it was in like a plastic tub with the lids, like size of a bra plast, a little bit bigger than that. And I was like, it's got to be rehoused because it's now almost touching the sides. When it turns so its head's facing the width, and like, you know, it was, the spider was as long as the tub was wide. So I've got to rehouse it. And I was seriously considering just taking it to the bug hut and doing a part exchange while it was in that tub and just saying, what will you give me for this? For a new spider? And then I was like, no, I've just got to man up and rehouse it. And I put it off for about 2 weeks. Every morning I woke up and I was doing other rehousing. Shall I rehouse? Shall I rehouse? Shall I rehouse? And in the end, I'm just like, I woke up one morning and I was just like, today's the day. The mood's right. I feel good. The sun is shining. And I was just literally walked out in my boxer shorts, picked up
Good night, Lisa. Take care.
Night. Yeah,
welcome back, Scott.
Out of the bedroom in my boxer shorts into the spider room, picked up the enclosure, walked into the bathroom, and did the rehousing there and then.
You watched me OBT one.
Oh,
take a look at me, bloody Balfour communal. They're here, there, and everywhere.
I will have a look. But I literally had the enclosure, and what I did was on the lid, I was like, I decided to put a cardboard thing over the top and then put the cup through, and I couldn't see what I was doing. So it was like, even though this is now can't get out, I can't see the spider to get it into the catch cup. So I thought rather than wind it up anymore, I'd take the cardboard off and then push the lid shut and then put the cup down and try and get it trapped in there. So I got it trapped in the catch cup, got it into the catch cup. But then putting it into the new enclosure, the Komodo slid the lid halfway up, catch cup down, bit of card on the side, and it tried to get its legs through every possible gap that it could find up there to get out. Didn't want to stay. 20 by 20 by 20 enclosure, and it did not want to have any of it. So rehousing it from that one now, I'm not looking forward to it. I just needed to get it done, Paul. Why my brain was in the right state of mind. It was a case of rehouse it there and then. Yeah, Michael, exactly. You hear what you want to hear, Michael. You hear what you want to hear.
Good night, Steve. Take care, mate. See you tomorrow.
Night, Steve, mate. But yeah, there are, you know, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did the rehousing, but it opened my eyes up to the speed of some of those spiders, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that one where me OBT done a runner. And he was on me leg.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? But the it's the fact that at that size, I don't know how big it is, probably 7 centimeters, 8 centimeters now. And I know that the last thing it's going to do is bite me, but it's just the speed can make you quite jumpy. And I think if you're predisposed to being quite jumpy, it almost is like it's a bad combination. So it was a case of I had to pick a day where I was confident that I wasn't going to be jumping around all over the place and nervous of it, you know. And I'm glad I've done it, because I think that's probably the spiciest thing I'm going to rehouse in a while. And then I rehoused my Bohemi after that, and that thing was even worse.
Oh yeah, Bohemis are a nightmare. They're the worst. The worst.
Yeah, just the most aggravated bracky ever. But I don't know. Depends on the day, doesn't it, with spiders? Like I said to you, that Avic today, it's never ever jumped around or done anything like that. And today it was an evil thing. Yeah.
It's like I was rehousing them Balfouries.
Yeah.
I didn't want to play ball at all. They was here, there and everywhere. Well, because I got 9 of them in the one enclosure.
Yep.
Bloody hell, a nightmare trying to catch them. I didn't know which way to turn first.
I swear everyone's Uncle Dave Fisher sprays some sort of like anesthesia into that room before he does any videoing of anything, because they move like they're like they've, you know, all had a joint or something before they get in there. It's nuts. It's just like they're so calm and good. I mean, the thing is, a lot of them are like bigger spiders anyway, and it's always the slings or the smaller ones that give you the run around, don't they? I'm waiting for my Marshali to grow up, because that thing just it got out of its enclosure 5 times on the rehouse. It just
Matt, there's one thing about Uncle Dave that you should understand. Stay calm and love your spiders. Honestly, if you feel anxiety, watch them things bolt. Like
they sense it, but it's like dogs, isn't it? It's like any animal. They do.
It's all right. You're just going in there. You ain't prepared shit. You're just moving over. Just don't think about it. Just do it. And they're completely like they're docile as shit.
I know he jokes about it, but it is totally true. It's totally true. It's the same as a dog. If you go to pat a dog and it senses you're nervous, it will have a nip at you normally.
When I first had arboreals, because I had pokies and salmon pairs, I used to shit myself. I was like, nah, I can't do this. And then I found out they were the worst, because in the end, they were the worst for best behaviour. Because in the end, I was like, you know what? I'm just doing it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm doing it. They were absolutely brilliant. Yeah. I had brachypelma troubles more than I had pokey troubles.
Yep, yeah, definitely. I didn't get any problems. I mean, my 2 that I rehoused on video on the Regaluses recently, neither of them 2 gave me hassle at all. They're probably the easiest. My OBT was the calmest rehouse I've ever had. But the Bohemi, literally, you look at its water bowl and it flicks at you. You put any water in my water bowl, right? So Mark's just put a comment about his water bowl. I put water in my water bowl on my Bohemi, and literally within about half an hour, it's gone over to the water bowl, tipped the water bowl over so there's no water in it, and then it takes the water bowl and moves it around like you see, like you know, like they have in like hippo enclosures or elephant enclosures, and they just move it around for fun. He just rolls his water bowl around the enclosure. He's constantly got a leg on his water bowl, just pushing it around somewhere.
You know what you want to do? Get a glass tea light candle dish.
Yeah, I've got the ones from IKEA.
They're amazing. That's what I used.
Either that or just fill it with rocks. Like fill it with, but I don't mean normal rocks. I mean get an actual like house brick and then put that on top of the water bowl and say, "So there you go, take that." Obviously, I'm joking, but yeah, the glass ones are really good. I might change it over to. I've got 5 of them. I completely forgot I had them. You just reminded me, Ellie. Thank you.
That's what I used in the end. So because the most you're going to get out of that is them burying it.
Yeah. They can't move.
But I found if you get a gravel, you know, gravel from the fish tank, So you put gravel where you're going to put a water dish, put the water dish on top, then put all your soil around it. It also helps filter the water underneath. So if you need to keep it humid without adding so much moisture to the soil, it helps it go under before it comes up. And then your soil's soaking.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And it's away from the spiders, so they're not going to fall and hurt themselves on the gravel either.
Yeah, Michael, my one's weird. It's like it flicks an awful lot, but it hasn't actually. I actually don't get affected much by it. Saying that, I did happen to get conjunctivitis the same time it did flick. So I don't know whether it was hairs or actually whether it was conjunctivitis. But my eyes were awful for a week. How's your new spiders, Mr. Ramblings?
Yeah, what old world did you get?
Michael got a, what did he get when we was with it? I think it was an Aratus. I think he got an Aratus when I was with him. It's a couple of weeks ago now.
Oh, is Michael in chat? Michael, the post office was open if you're in chat, and I did send it. It was sent earlier, around 12 o'clock-ish.
Oh, got an OBT today. Nice.
Oh, wow. You got an OBT today? Do you know what? He had a conversation with me, right? We were in the bug hut for absolutely forever the other week, having a good old chat. It was brilliant. It was a really nice afternoon and stuff like this. And the whole making up this, what he's going to get, what he's going to get, what he's not going to get, what he was looking for, this, that, and the other. And then he goes and gets an OBT like 10 days later. What are you like? That's brilliant. Pleased for you.
Keep your eyes off of April. I love you, Lewis.
Lewis, April's the best one. It's the only one with a bush on it.
Oh, nice. Oh, I was going to speak to you actually, Mr. Ramblings. I changed over the bramble today, and all the stick insects, and all of them have decided now that they don't like being on that new bramble, and they've all gone up onto the roof of the enclosure and are avoiding the bramble like it's on fire.
There could be something on the bramble.
I've washed it and treated and stuff like that, but we'll see. But yeah, they're all up there now.
I killed all my stick insects because of bramble.
But I literally went into the woods, wandered off into the midst of like nowhere, then went about 20 minutes off of the beaten path, straight through a load of bushes and brambles and all this to get to a point where I knew no one would have been walking ever. And picked a few bits of bramble off, and they've just decided they don't like it.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, you right?
Yeah, how you doing?
Oh, no, you.
You all right, buddy?
Good.
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad, mate. You lost your OBT that you got from Coventry Cafe. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, bloody hell. Everybody's losing spiders.
Yeah, I need
That
to
time
find
of year, any temperature change and that.
Yeah,
Pressure change.
I need to actually find some different bramble maybe then. It's the only one. I literally was walking around the woods trying to find different brambles, and I could only find this one type. So obviously that woods is completely full of that one. I'm going to try some hawthorn in there as well. Don't want them all to die.
Tara and the kids all right, Scott?
No, they're all bastards.
Why?
Nah, they're all good. I've had Leo nearly all day, and he's just been on one.
Dick.
Absolutely on one. We had to go and get food shopping and that. So he decides that he wanted to be a dog.
Oh, bloody hell.
So
no, Jim,
I was off watch. Tara's off shopping, and I've got him on the reins. He's literally on all fours, crawling along the floor. Then he said he wanted to be a starfish, so he's laid on the floor with his arms out. I've lost Tara, and then he's decided he lies on the floor now and pulls himself along like this. But people keep walking past, like looking funny, and I'm thinking, look the other way, mate, because I'm going to lose my shit in a minute. Couple of people walk past, smiled and laughed. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind that,
Yeah.
but it's when they stop and go, it's like, what are you looking at? Carry on. Our lives are different to yours.
Exactly, and that's what people don't understand, ain't it?
No, not at all.
You should, honestly, Scott, you should bring him down to my judo club because I have the kids doing that across the mat all the time just to get their shoulders bigger.
he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop doing it.
Oh, bless him.
Jim, Peter ain't doing no more shows now. He's got no inverts at all now. He's just got his reptiles.
Tell him bollocks. Tell him we need to see him. Doesn't matter whether he's got inverts or not. We need him at a show. Those shows are not the fucking same without Peter Webster.
Scott, Pete's not well.
Yes, I get that.
Yeah, he doesn't travel well. He's not doing well. The shows are not suitable for him.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I obviously don't know the whole picture.
Yeah, he's not in a good place at the minute.
Sorry if I sounded a bit mean, but he's
No,
like...
I was just trying to send him a bit of positivity and let him know he's missed.
Message him. He loves messages. He will respond to you.
Oh yeah, anybody that wants to message him, he loves receiving messages off people.
Yeah.
There's nobody really messages him and nothing, but he's even told me how he likes to have messages off people. He feels forgotten.
I'll send him a dick pic. That'll make him smile. How is he in himself?
Up and down at a minute. He has his good days. He has his bad days.
How far could he travel, or can he travel?
Put it this way, I don't think he'd get to Coventry.
I was just wondering if there's like a pub close by we could all go meet up. Get Jennifer's tarantulas. Do you know what I mean? Everybody.
Yeah, be nice.
If you can't go to the show, take the show to him, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It would be nice. The only time he goes out lately has been to the hospitals. He's got another hospital appointment on the 16th.
I spoke to his daughter and I did say, like, pass my love on to your dad, like.
Who, Kirsty or Emma?
Yeah. Kirsty. Son Gaia, Matt, will eat any bramble. Doesn't matter on the type.
I know. You missed the start of it, mate. All it was, I went out this week. I knew I had to go out one day. I was on nights, right? So I knew I had to go out one day this week and get a new load of food for them because they'd eaten the leaves off all the bramble that was in there. So all week I've looked at the weather and it's like, I ain't going to the woods today. Look how it's raining. I ain't going to the woods today. And I'm on nights. So I'm like, nah, sod it. I've got to go.
If you go down to the woods today, you'll see Matt looking for bramble.
Yeah, exactly. So I went out to the woods. We've got a massive woods around here. And went off to the woods, literally walked into the woods for 20 minutes and then just literally off the main path, took a hard left into the middle of nowhere, down through all these bloody bushes and all this and that. Just so I knew that no one would have walked there, no one would have chucked anything into the ground or the soil and things like that. It's going to be in the middle of nowhere where no one's been. Got all this bramble, got home, put the bramble in, and all the stick insects have gone, no, I don't like this. And they've all wandered off the top, straight to the top of the enclosure, and they're now all residing on the roof. And they're like, we ain't going on it. We ain't going on your bramble, mate. We don't like it.
I got bramble and put it in with the giant beans. I can't remember the scientific name, but the ones that grow like about this long and fat.
Yeah.
And they didn't want it. So what I did was I cut a longer piece from the same fucking bush, but I put it in water and sprayed the leaves. And I physically put them on it And then they were like, "Oh yeah, we're supposed to eat this, aren't we?"
Yeah.
Andy, yeah, I got about 300 spiders and other bits and bobs. I'm a little bit addicted. I think me and Mark are like, super addictions.
Don't know.
Matt's just getting into his addiction. Whose dick would I send? I'd send a picture of Mark's dick and be like this.
Bit bigger than that.
Yeah, that's the reason why he uses a mobility scooter around at the shows. It's not any other reason. So he doesn't have to carry that thing around with him.
That's why you always see your feet that far apart. So I've got room in the middle.
He went to Ukraine, got it out, and now the Russians are retreating.
But yeah, they've all gone onto the roof. I was saying they've all gone to the roof. I'll moisten it tomorrow. I put a little bit of mist in there tomorrow. I'll get some hawthorn. Where Kath's got a horse, there's a load of hawthorn bushes around the edge of the paddock, so I'll go and do that.
Try some privet.
Yeah, they like all that as well. We've got a privet hedge as well out the front of the house. It's just I'm really nervous because we've got like in my garden.
Matt's missus. Matt, why is there a big fucking hole in our privet hedge?
Yeah, that's the trouble. With me as well. I would. I know, you know what it's like though, right? So you sort of get this. Oh yeah, you got to make sure you haven't had any pesticides or anything. Like, don't just get something off the side of the motorway. We've got an oak tree in our back garden, and the houses have been here for a long, long time. But we've got these oak trees at the back of our garden, and I'm still will not use the leaves that fall from that as leaf litter because you just don't know what anyone else from these area is chucking on their garden or anything. It's just I won't use it. And the oak side, the site is massive, and they have the same root base as they do above the ground. So it's like those roots are going to be spread around 6 or 7 gardens. You just don't know what they're chucking on. So I just won't even use those. All right, okay. Cut the ends off the leaves. All right, I will cut the ends off the leaves. Maybe it releases something. That's a good idea, Michael.
You'd love my privet. It's about 100 foot long and about 8 foot high.
We're talking about the privet bush still, or your pubes?
Oh, isn't there some gayer in the UK at the moment as well, or the last couple of years, living in certain little pockets of bush here and there?
Sure. They're there at the moment. Little nymphs. I was given these by Mr. Ant's Ramblings, Paul. They're awesome little things. I'm going to cut the ends off the leaves right now because they're all trying to stay up there.
I've done the unspeakable, Matt.
Go on.
I had the beard trimmed.
You need it every now and then, mate. Look, look, we'll have a live trimming just for you. Look, ready? There you go.
I nearly cried.
As much as I'm trimming.
Look,
Hey, DJ.
that bit's longer at the back.
Yeah, they don't. People don't.
It's got to be long because it curls all the way up like pubes.
They don't know what they're doing. The only thing I'll do is I'll sort of go like this, and where I've got like 2 or 3 extra bits, I'll sort of take the scissors across here. But the trouble is then what you end up with is really long bits at the side here and not as long here. Because you pull it all together like that and then do that and cut, you end up with the sides longer. And then what happens is you end up with this stupid little Viking V split like that.
Tara went mad at me.
What? Why have you had it cut?
No, she wanted me to cut more off it.
Oh, right. No. What did you say? Did you say I love you, but?
No, I said we have a love-hate relationship. At the moment, it's called hate.
Fair enough.
And then she said, "Well, the spider show on Sunday. I've actually been putting money aside every week for you. So, is that the love bit?" Blew me away, mate. Blew me away.
Oh, matey.
I thought I was just going to go for a social visit, and then she pulled that one out of the bag. I was like, "How have you done that?"
Oh,
I knew there was a reason I fucking married her.
Mate, so pleased for you. Be good. I've said that, like, I'm giving people hugs. Giving people hugs. So we've got a big hug for you when I get there. Big hug for a lot of people.
Is it a touchy ball hug or just a normal hug?
Whatever. I've told you about my OnlyFans that I've got to do to pay for the electric bills, mate. So, we can work things out.
We've just got our electric down. Our gas and electric bill at the moment per month is $300.
Yeah, mine. I
They-
saw that and I almost cried because mine's about 415 at the moment, and we haven't had the heating on all year. So
They wanted 700.
really,
And Tara was like, yeah, but the fact that we were underpaying before is your fault. And they said, yeah, we know that. But, and she was like, well, you know, you can't tell us one price and then suddenly decide, oh, actually, we've undercharged you, so we need to charge you extra. She went,
Yeah.
you know, I don't go to Tesco's and pick up something that costs £1, and then when you get to checkout, it suddenly goes up to a tenner. Don't happen.
yeah. I had
So- It all got sorted out. I was like, fucking hell.
I had what did I have? I had we were £1,300 in credit, right? But unfortunately, the people we're with were moving to another company, so a lot of the stuff you can change online was all sort of like shut off while they were doing the move. And when I sort of got the bill through, they'd put our direct debit up by £66. And then we all got the rebate, didn't we, for our £66 government help? So it's a bit coincidental that my bill was £66 higher when I then got the £66 back. It's like, you cheeky little arseholes. But with £1,300 over our gas and electric, with £1,300 in credit, and they still put the direct debits up. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't mind because it's not lost money. I know they're earning interest on it, and I know they've got it, but at least I know that I'm not in debt to the electric or gas companies. Do you know what I mean?
We had the same situation. So we turned around and said, well, we'll just, you know, pay for the next 2 months gas bill with it. And I said, okay. But gas is really cheap at the moment as it goes.
Yeah.
Everybody just assumes it's high. If you actually look, your gas bills actually come down a lot because there's an excess of it at the moment.
Yeah.
Now, the
Hello.
electricity side of it
Hey, there you go.
is the issue.
Evening.
But we make electricity in this fucking country, so why is it still so fucking high? I don't know. Norway have experienced a hell of a lot of rains, so their hydro dams are going to be going 10 to the dozen, which they've already said. So they're predicting that in the next month or two, electricity is going to temporarily come down, probably until February or March of next year.
You know why, though, don't you? You know why? You said, why is it so expensive? And we can answer that one simple solution, right? It's because the companies love money and they're making a lot of money, so they just want to make more. And it won't ever drop. I don't see them ever dropping them back down now unless someone steps in and says they have to, because they're making money.
Not just that, right? You've got that's gone up, taxes have gone up, all the rest of it, right?
Yeah.
They've got to pay for those grants that they're putting out.
Yep.
Okay. I'm like, yeah, fair enough, you know, but it still don't cost that. Through COVID, we had the NHS app, which was 33 billion, was it? Wasted.
Yeah. Yep.
So they've still got to recuperate that. And now we're sending a load of shit over to Ukraine, billions of pounds worth of military gear.
Yep.
The government has to make that back. So the electricity and the gas isn't coming down as much as it should, I think, because of that. And the same with petrol. Also, those tax cuts for the energy owners is disgusting because they're not paying nowhere near as much tax as what they should be.
Yep.
And then also the local councils are being pushed to make money. So now everybody's getting parking tickets for parking on a single yellow line for 5 minutes and 30 seconds or something.
Yep. Yeah, I know. The thing is, once you get people up who are getting money and the budgets are cut, and they know they can just get money and there's not going to be anyone telling them no, they're not going to stop.
How's it go out rambling? Do. Fuck the Tories. Do.
Yeah, of course they are, shareholders and all that. And the trouble is, it's like when you look at stupid things like Matt Hancock gave a £40 million contract to his pub landlord for PPE stuff during COVID, and he had never ever done any PPE in his life. And he gave it's like, how corrupt do you have to be? It's like that one contract just shows you what they're like. You're not going to change it.
Our president's
I
wife.
refuse to get upset tonight about it.
Our prime minister's wife has shares in a Russian company.
She
And he
paid to be the prime minister. You know that for a fact.
And he basically said, yes, but it's not me.
Yep.
Hear me out, right? If Tara said, look, you know, I've fallen out with Tarantula Matt, blah, 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 I would then have to do the same because that's my wife. Vice versa, and you would with yours as well. Do you know what I mean? So, or partner. I was a bit like, are you taking the fucking piss?
Yep.
You know, you're prime minister. You have, if your wife's doing that, you've got no excuse. You know, your partner, if you're prime minister, also has to be squeaky clean. and your children, they've all got to be squeaky clean because you and your family are setting an example to the rest of the country.
I want to know why, though. What have I done to upset Tara?
Oh, nothing. Anyway, moving
So
on.
you've got some funds for spiders, though.
Yes.
Oh, so that's a mystery box,
Not-
is it?
Probably not. Not after the last one from CFTN, which was just shockingly shit. And then after the video, they were like, "Oh yeah, well there was a GBB missing."
Did you see Portsmouth Tarantulas put up that they've got blondie slings at a special show price tomorrow?
Depends what the special show price is.
I know. I did manage to, she wouldn't tell me, but I did manage to get out of her that they're 3 to 4 centimetre DLS. So they'll be affordable at that size, but how affordable is a different matter.
If you see a spider that's somewhere else and it's also on Luke's stand, go have a word with Luke.
Oh, yeah.
You never know what spiders will.
I'm going to Spa anyway, because regardless of what other things are on my list, I know full well that I'm going to walk away with a Panther Beaters from his stand, because if his show prices are anything lower than his website, he's giving them away.
Mate, go get the O species silver off him.
Like that thing does look amazing.
They're not tiny slings. CFTN
No.
have got them up for 140 quid. Spider Shop had them up for 90 quid, and they've got them up for 70 on the website. They'll probably drop them down to 60 for tomorrow. I'm not promising that because I don't know. I'm just having a guess because that's what he did last time.
We'll tell Daddy Spider, Scott says.
No, but when I feed mine, it's in its burrow, and oh mate, you don't even need to put the food anywhere near its burrow. It just comes flying out, and the colours on it are stunning for a small sling. I mean, these are. I mean, when Luke says, "Oh, I've said 1.5 centimetre slings," I've seen them, and I was like, "Mate, they're 3 to 4." He was like, "Yeah, I know. Like to go under it."
Yeah.
You're going to buy more spiders, Scott?
Scott, you need to go in a mystery box, man. Mate, I do.
Right, Andy, take care, mate.
I might get a £30 one from somewhere. Depending. It just depends. It depends real on a lot of things, really.
What I would say, Scott, is if you look at the mystery boxes, right, and I know that they do really good value, but what they do, they never have them made up on the stand already. You have to ask them for them, but they will do it. It's Portsmouth, but they will literally make you one up there, and then they tell you come back in half an hour.
I worked Portsmouth stand, didn't I?
And the way she does them is brilliant. The way she does them is brilliant.
I'm not working a stand tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I want to go and see mates and everything, and made a few promises. It takes that side away a lot because you can't go.
You can sort of see why, and you can see why Steve Thornton doesn't want to do it, can't you? I mean, I know there's other reasons, but with Steve, whenever he's on the Spider Shop, he can't do anything.
With Steve, he won't do the Spider Shop anymore because of personal issues.
I know the other things that were going on there. Yeah, exactly.
It's much for Steve to air that or not air it.
Yeah, exactly. But what I was saying is, you still see that he struggles to interact with people when he's behind the stall, isn't it?
And ramblings. Now, this is the thing. Depending on where you go, depends on what you get. So I've never had a Portsmouth Tarantula mystery box, so that's going to be different to TSS or CFTN. CFTN ones are different every show. Now, if I get like a £30 one from TSS, I'm thinking it don't always contain just spiders. Yeah. So there could be a centipede in there. There could be a couple of trews in there. There could be a scorpion in there. There could be bloody anything. That's what I like. Plus, if I get 2 or 3 of the same species, I don't give a shit. Mate, I've got like 4 or 5 failures. It's fucking brilliant for me. Because if I hit I don't know, if it decides to do a giveaway, that I've got those already there, sitting there that I know are all good and all ready, and they can go. Plus, a lot of friends in Coventry are getting a bit more into spiders, so I can literally give them one of those. Do you know what I mean?
Hello.
I've done that a few times in college.
Have you just put your OnlyFans link in?
That's me.
I think if I get another curly hair, I'll probably look at maybe gifting people with that. But I've got 4 of those, and they're all different. They're all different. So I wouldn't. And the same with Davos. The same with my Regalis. I've got a couple of them. It's like I don't mind them because they're completely different stages. They're like, if I had all adults or all slings of the same thing, then I might look at it differently. But because my curlies are like one's about 10 centimeters, one's about 5, one's about 3, and one's about 0.1, they're all different to me.
I mean, going off what Ellie said a couple of weeks ago, and Mark will probably agree because I know he's got double ups. You can have the same double up. So let's say, I don't know, curly hairs. You can have a curly hair here and a curly hair here in 2 different enclosures. You feed one and it goes up dead slowly, munches it slow and all the rest of it. Feed the other one and it's an absolute fucking animal. So you can see the characteristics and the personalities between the individual spiders. There's the same species coming out as well. That absolutely fascinates me. So when you look at double ups, I don't see why people whinge, because it's like, hold on, you're not just studying one spider now, you're studying 2, 3, 4. And for me, it makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow. I say, I'm like, Tara, I've just fed these 2 spiders and this one's gone vicious. Yet this one's done nothing. And she's like, oh.
Yeah, I've got 2 Avics, and they are both next to each other, right? And I fed them both today on a TikTok live, and one of them came out and it was super fast to get the food off the tongs, and then just slowly wandered off back into its enclosure. The other one, I was telling people, this one's really calm. I open the door, it stays on the door. I always just drop the food above it. It turns around, grabs it, and stays on the door. I shut the door. Oh no, because we were on live today at TikTok. It's like, no, it's not doing that. Open the door, put the food on. It went mental, took the food, and then decided to try and run off the door. So I put a straw in the way, and it literally grabbed the straw and ran off with the straw and the food, and was just running around on the thing that I had it literally on. I was like, typical. But yeah, they're amazing. I don't mind double ups. I don't mind double ups because they're all so different.
Yeah, but do you know what happens? I see it with a lot of breeders in, how do you call it? In Europe, because there are so much species, they just say, I'm going to keep it on one sort of species. I only keep like the Palmobetus species or the Theraposas, because there are so much, and it's kind of very expensive if you want to get all of them. So people get like only Brachapelmas or something, and they learn everything about it, and they go.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about that as well.
You can get a Brachypelma box, or beginner box, advanced box, whatever you want, whatever your needs are that they were doing for you. All the sellers do. And Ramblin says, I am worried about space to house all mine when adults, so couldn't have a mystery box. I brought out a video about a year and a half ago, probably might even be longer than that actually. Things to consider before getting a large collection, and space is definitely one of those. Yeah. So you always, if you're going to get a mystery box, be thinking about the future. Be thinking, well, can I house, another 10 large enclosures or not? But on the other side of that is you get these spiders and they're only slings in mystery boxes. So you've not really got to worry about that for another, 5 to 10 years. So as one spider passes away, you're kind of filling that gap with one of the ones that's coming through. As well as you got to remember, I mean, I've got slings, or I've got one sling. I've had it like 3 years, and it's still a pinhead, and it molts once a year, and that's it.
Yeah. I've got a Theraphosinae puria. It's molted 7 times since Cias, and it's still in a tiny little pot.
Yeah, because I got like a Salmopeus species, the Victoria bocht and stuff, and I want to keep it at that, and maybe because Theraposas are also expensive, and I prefer to get Theraposas and the Palmospe, like Ermina, Victoria, the Calambrecci, and I want to keep it at those 2 sorts. But also, if the one grows up, you can trade them, maybe, like.
This is the thing. I mean, I look at it in my room, right? So behind me, I've got don't know if I'll be able to see. It's too dark in here, isn't it? But I've got the my rack in now, and what I'm planning on doing is when I run out of space on there, I'm going to get rid of the desk that is literally my laptop sitting on at the moment, and put another one of those racks on this side of the room and in the corner. So when I start running out, and if I run out of room, then my missus is going to start working in the garage, and I'm going to take over the dining room with racking. She doesn't know that yet.
I've got space down here. I've got another racking. So
Mac,
that's
you need to
yeah.
check the screen.
I've got some racking that disappears
Right,
right over
Then
this
it
way as
appears again.
well. And then my top shelves, some of those are empty. So I've still got loads of room, yeah.
Yeah, you can create always rooms, because with me as well, look, this back wall and this wall at that side, I can make a hole in the thing because the house is like, it's like 2 meters on each side of the house. It's like an open gap. So I can make like there a room, and but it's like the stability of the house is also because the rooftop, because it's a very, and at the other side I got also 4 fake rooms that are behind the things, so you can make more space.
Maybe I've just come up with a brilliant idea. Actually, what I need to do is make sure Connor goes to university, because then I've got a massive fucking bedroom, right? And I'll just
that's good.
pretend that I forgot he was coming home after the university or whatever, right? I'm just going to move his room into this tiny little room, and I'm going to have that as the spider room, because it's got a bearded dragon in there and a gecko and a snake anyway, so it'll always be nice and warm. And it's massive.
Matt, a question: how old is your son?
He's going to be 18 in February, so he's 17.
If he's 18, kick him out of the house. You have an extra room.
If I need the space, I'll say yeah.
No.
To be fair, he's actually quite amenable. He's very much like, look, if things need to come into the room, they need to come into the room. And I'm just lucky that we've got a whole household of everyone who doesn't mind them. Do you know what I mean? It's like during the summer, all the spiders were around my missus while she was working downstairs. It looked like Scott at the moment. All the spiders were around where she sits to work, and they were all there all day. And every time she went on client calls and all this and the other on Zoom and all this, they could all see all these spiders, and it was just like, what are you sitting in? And she's like, oh yeah, these are my husband's tarantulas. And then
because you can always create space you have always available in your house, because I keep now my spiders in my bedroom, and I don't need to keep them in my bedroom, but it's easy for heating, that's always on a constant degree of 23, 24 degrees. But if they get bigger, I need to get in my hallway then. But the problem is I got my pellet stove in the hallway, and if I heat it up, and then it gets like 26 degrees, and I don't want to have everything goes like up and down.
Yeah, I mean, my room at the moment, like I say, it goes between 20 and 24 most of the time. So, but it's a very slow change in temperature, almost like day and night time changes in here anyway. But the
how do you eat, Matt?
Heat? No. I've got a radiator, an electric radiator, but it's just the sun.
Hello, Mr. Louis. How are you?
Here. It's just the sun. It's quite warm.
Hey, you, Matt, Scott, how do you eat?
With knife and fork.
No, I mean the heating from your house. Is it oil or gas or electric or pellet?
I've got an oil-fed radiator.
Oh, that's nice.
That's what I've got. Didn't need it today though. Today was warm. This room was at 27 degrees today, and it's not been above 23 all week. And today was just weird. The sun was out.
Yeah, maybe I need to get an oil radiator as well, because then. But the pellet stove is so cheap, eh? I bought like 2 months ago, and I used like six pellet sacks of heating. So
my issue is I couldn't keep anything in my bedroom unless it was like a polar bear, because my missus literally has to have our bedroom like ice cold. She has it ice cold, and then she covers herself up with 3 duvets. It's like, what are you doing?
I'm still sleeping outside the duvet. I am half in it, half out.
Yeah,
it's too fucking warm. Went upstairs yesterday. Well, I was chilling. I was watching a bit of telly, and I thought, fucking hell, it's getting hot. Layla had only turned the heating on the way to bed, didn't she? I was like, yeah, fucking knobhead. Turn that down. Turn it off. Went into the bedroom. It was fucking boiling. I was like, no.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, we have a pellet stove above. We have pellet stove in our. We have 4 pellet stoves downstairs, one on each thing in the kitchen. But if we replace pellet stoves, if we fix it for other people, then we get like also the oil radiators. But we throw them always away.
Hi, Trippy, how you doing?
Mark,
Yeah.
how's that poo going?
What
How's that poo going, Mark?
Me
Hello,
dinner?
strange.
I'm got your camera off. I'm waiting to hear the badoosh.
Mark is in secret mode.
Oh, yeah.
You okay?
Still here. I'll just
You
get me
okay?
dinner.
Mark, I thought because you were off a camera, I hear some vibrations sound. I thought, are you using your vibrator or something behind the screen?
That's for a different live stream. He charges for that one.
With this leather mask.
A lot, but it's worth it.
Yeah, don't worry about subscribing. Don't subscribe to his channel. Save your money and use it to half fund his OnlyFans one.
Oh.
Lewis, you going in joggers tomorrow? Matt, check Lewis out, and then you'll agree with me. He needs to start an OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Why is that?
I mean, is it grey joggers? Is it?
OnlyFans is something like Discord?
The guy's got a weapon.
And the trouble is, then what he does is he then starts doing
There you
backflips,
go.
jumping around all over the place,
Yeah.
swinging this thing around like a baseball bat. Yeah.
Yeah, so none of us would stand a chance if we were single with any girl out there. Lewis in his Spiderman outfit.
That's why he's only done the top half so far. Yeah. Yeah. See it. It's looking good.
Yeah, all the boots are done.
Spider-Man. Hey, but
Tell you
that's
what,
not.
Joking
that-
aside, Lewis, right? You should seriously
Lewis,
think about
But
doing
that
like,
kind of suit, that
kids'
Spider-Man
parties.
suit, that's an expensive one. That's not a cheap one, eh? Detailed like that.
I don't know that.
Sometimes you have from those cheap ones that the coloration is not so nice.
I've got a friend who does a thing called princess parties, right? She does. She goes to kids' parties dressed up as all that. Like they choose what Disney princess for her to go out. She makes good money on it. Seriously,
Is that
turning up
real?
in that outfit, kids will go crazy.
Hello.
Hello, Leah.
Yeah, white with a few black factories.
Hello, Leah.
How you
Oh,
feel?
Mr. Phil is here also.
Yeah, that's my
Bill.
side. She's terror.
Bill, you know speak to my enclosure.
Trippy, drop the link in.
Hello. I see you.
Full families
Victoria.
together. Oh la la.
Hi, Victoria.
Precious. And then over there,
You alright, Greg? Hi, Greg, missus.
I was at Hi Greg, hi Rachel.
Are you at a meeting, Leah, or something? Or you have a dinner together?
DJ,
Yeah, we just have food.
Yeah.
it's a meeting. It's called YTO.
It's one from the Anonym Alcoholics.
Phil's white as well. Because it was me and then you.
They come together.
Are you welcome, Trippy? You link in, mate.
My phone won't stay still. Stay there.
Leah, tell Phil, keep his eyes off my
Sorry.
tank.
Sorry, what was that?
So tell Phil to keep his eyes off my tank.
Keep his hands off your tank.
He knows which one.
Apparently, that'll keep your hands off Lewis's tank.
That can only mean one
Okay,
thing.
he laughed. He knew what you meant. I don't.
There's got to be a Star Wars tank going. Message him quickly. What's it on?
10 more minutes, guys, and I'm going to shut a stream.
It's not
Spiders.
If it's not there when Lewis gets there, it's not me.
No, it's me.
Is that going to be a Reptile Mansion enclosure? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, some of the stuff they've done. Is
Oh,
just
Mark,
unbelievable.
everybody shows up and now you're going to close the stream.
Ellie,
No, I don't.
Yeah.
You don't
did you
yet.
dye your hair?
No.
It
I
looks
thought
like
that.
might be the lighting though.
I feel absolutely gutted that I didn't pick up the Hodor one that they had from Taunton.
I was only popping in to say hi. We have like another 2 hours, 3 hours of drinking time, so we're off to drink some more.
Oh la la.
See you later.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
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 So the next week, you're gonna stream with Dave Little Beasties, then, eh? Scott, that's on Wednesday, I think, eh? Or
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Talking about conditioning females. So I've already got 1,000,001 questions for him.
That sounds like an OnlyFans precursor.
We need to find a question that the man can't answer to do with spiders. I really need people to like have a good think.
Don't you think it would be more entertaining though? I know that's a serious one, but this isn't. If everyone just puts a question in saying what would win out of this spider and this other animal, and just if you had an hour's worth of people.
Michael, take care, mate.
To be fair, if people start, I'll probably just ban people. I can't stand the videos where they put a tarantula against a scorpion and stuff like that.
I know.
I hate stuff like that.
It's ridiculous.
But what hair conditioners do you use on your females?
I blow on them. I blow on them. You just open the door and blow in.
But what do you mean with conditioning females? It's like no. Is it like prepare them for sexing or something, or separate them, or I don't.
It's when you apply the baby oil before insertion.
So you need to
DJ. The thing is, in all seriousness, the thing is with it is it depends whether or not, like Scott's not had much success when he's been using Barry White, and he wants to know what music Dave plays to get them to act a little bit better.
This is a good thing about Tuesday, right? I don't condition females because I don't really breed nowhere near as much as what everybody else does because I like keeping.
Yeah.
So I've got like a load of questions for Dave. Do you know what I mean already? Because like I'm not as into breeding as what a lot of other people are, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's
if it's easy to breed and I've got a male, I'll do it. But apart from that, I'm not.
But that's just a problem with pairing species all together, like 20 different species. It's so hard sometimes. Normally, you stay at one sort of spider. You learn everything about it. The best thing, you go even over top with it, and then you know it, and then you go next. Other people always, like with me, I got like different species. I don't know what to do with it if they get old. And if I have like two different species, then you spend a lot of time on it. You go full continue. You read forums and stuff.
A lot of the information's already out there. It's just knowing where to look.
Yeah, but it's a lot of information.
I'm not even taking the piss. You know, a good friend of mine gave somebody else information on a breeding project, and they put a YouTube video out as if it was their own. It's like, you know, we need people to say, look, you know, I know this, but this is where I found it all. And if I'm doing something and I'm unsure, arachnid boards every time because all the information's all there and it's all laid out right in front of you. Tom Moran's website's also a really good one. Mike's big, is it Mike's My Monsters?
Yeah,
Mike's Big Tarantulas.
Yeah.
That's
also
another phenomenal website. Literally, it's just got, you know, where they're from, the growth rate, and everything else, just in a few paragraphs. All the information you need, very compacted, job done.
It's so it's one of those
big
things.
blog out thing. I'm going to the next website. You know what I mean?
I'm not being funny, right? If I was going to put a video out saying about how I keep a certain one of my spiders, and I'd got some information from you, or I'd got some information from Lewis or whoever,
You drop it out.
you would say, look, this is the information, this is what I'm doing, and it's working well for me. And the information I'm using that I'm applying now, I got from these people, and this is what, and I'll put the links in. Always, you'd at least credit them because they probably haven't even made that finding themselves. They would have, the people you get the if I got information from you, you would have got it from somewhere else originally anyway, most likely, or you might have learned something that worked for you, but the original information you've got to start with would have come somewhere else. That someone else would have got it from somewhere else. It's not like you're giving that other person credit for actually inventing the information. It's just making sure that you are letting people know where it's come from.
Look at the Pseudoclemus gigas. I didn't think it had changed. So that video would have been Pseudoclemus gigas if Osman hadn't said, Scott, you know it had a name change in February. I was like, no, I didn't. Amazonius Jumanji. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So at the end of that video, I made a statement saying, like, thank you, Osman.
Yeah.
Because if you're there going, oh yeah, it's had its name changed, and don't say nothing, that guy's never going to help you again because he's going to think you're a fucking dick.
Yeah, you need to give always credit to people that help you, because otherwise you spend like, I'm the wise guy, I know everything. And if you know who helped you, you can give credit, and it's an honor for that person.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact that if you give credit where credit's due, like if I went to Lewis for some advice, I don't know, on what do you know most about, Lewis?
Pokey breeding.
So pokies. If I went to Lewis about pokies, right? I would say I've got the information from Lewis about pokies. If I just put a video out saying, here's the information I've got about pokies, this is what I do, do you think Lewis is going to ever give me advice about anything again? Now, the trouble is I've chosen the wrong person here because Lewis probably would give me advice about it because he's a nice guy. But in reality, he should be, no, fuck you, I'm not going to give you any more advice now because you've literally just done that and haven't said thank you, even though he probably goes, okay, fair enough, it doesn't matter. And if I'd chosen another person than Lewis, it might have worked, but he would probably help me again.
Here's something for you. Those little beasties. Now, Dave has got and withholds, has a lot of information, obviously, on spiders, tarantulas, all the rest of it. Lewis's mind is the same. Because obviously, I speak to Dave, I've had him on lives. I speak to Lewis privately as well as on lives. And they're both up there. There's no difference. If Lewis started a channel, the information he took out will be as good as. There'd be no difference.
Yeah. You just got to keep
Lewis is just a quiet lad, don't you, mate? But you ask him something, and he'll fucking like that. Same with Chris. Chris's knowledge is very impressive.
Thank you, Strange.
Chris is on wheels. He has got some knowledge on spiders.
To be fair, Chris has without being asked or anything. Chris has, when I've put some stuff in the WhatsApp group before about things and stuff, Chris has then just messaged me privately because he's seen the convo I've been having, the question, and he just messaged me and said, "Dude, like, here's some stuff. Look, think about this. Maybe look at this. Maybe look at that." And has just spent absolutely so much time messaging me about stuff, completely unasked for. I haven't gone to him saying, "Can you help?" or anything. He's so willing to give information out. It's brilliant.
Lewis does need to start a channel, like Philip says. That would be fucking amazing.
The thing is, with Chris, right, even if he doesn't know it, he will scour the internet to find the information for you.
Mate, I only mentioned that I was struggling to find cheap Exos in Essex, like under a certain price band. And within 10 minutes, he had got 15 adverts. He had pinged me saying, this one, this one, this one. And he was saying to me, this one's above the margin that I'd pay, but go to them and say this to them, and then blah, 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 blah. Literally, like, he was giving me lessons on how to haggle.
Yeah.
Like, mate, I appreciate it all, but like, stop. You know, it was just ding, 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 ding.
Right, guys.
I'm
going to shut the stream now because I need to pack these spiders for Matt.
Is there another stream going on after this one somewhere? We can talk further or not? Or is it...
Ellie, you're going to start a stream after this?
Then we can continue talking because... Lewis, you going to make one or Rookie? Or
I haven't got StreamYard, otherwise I would.
Thank you, Strange. Yeah,
to be fair, though, you know, in really, myself and Lewis are getting up at stupid o'clock. So
Mark's getting up. What time are you getting up, Mark?
Sorry, what was that, Matt?
What time are you getting up, buddy?
4:15.
Yeah, me and Lewis have got no chance of falling asleep on the way there.
I have.
I'm driving. If I do, there's going to be a problem.
No, because you won't let me.
Yeah,
when it's us three in a car, it's just like, yeah, we're all tired because it's stupid o'clock in the morning. But by the time we've got there, fucking
No,
sides
Craig.
normally fucking splitting because
Take
Chris is
care,
having
mate.
some fucking hysterics.
Do you know what? I'm not driving tired again. You know, when I went down to Gravesend that night where I said I've got to leave the stream early because I've got to drop off someone at home. Like me and Connor almost fell asleep on the way back on the M2. It's just like I've just
Does Connor drive?
I ain't doing that again.
Does Connor drive?
No, not yet. Thank God.
Night,
But-
everyone in chat. Take care, all.
No, everybody.
Good night,
See
everybody.
you later, Mark.
See you.
Please don't
Anybody-
spam
Bye.
me, Spider.
Right, Scott, Lewis, Matt, I shall see you tomorrow.
Dude,
See you.
Cool.
if you
See you
can't, if you
later,
can't pack the
everybody.
evil ones, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're all right, man. I will be fine.
All right, matey. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I absolutely can't wait.